I've been working on this Go-Kart, this Junkyard junk pile Go-Kart build. I want the rear end to be live axle, so we've got this 5/8 rod here, which slips into these. So these rims are actually from a snowblower, an electric snowblower. There we go. Get these weird snowblower hubs out of here. Pretty sweet, 6 horsepower Honda GC 190. There we go. All right, this showed up in the mail today. We bought a Moon Sun Amazon special clutch kit for the Go-Kart. We're still waiting on a couple pieces. We got a sprocket coming, and I got to figure out the brakes. Choke on. Tested out of special ed my sophomore year of high school. That's right, I was in special ed. I was a pretty consistent DF student my whole education, and my teachers knew I wasn't dumb, but they would always be like, how come you don't do your homework? They had no friggin' clue what my home life was like. It was not good. And this is where the story kind of starts. There was a game called RuneScape. I fell in love with it. I was playing it since I was in like the 6th or 7th grade. Loved that game. I loved it because I could go on and talk with my friends after school or during school, because I didn't have a computer in my house. So I told my mom I needed a computer and I wanted a computer. And she said, if you get on a roll and do your homework, I'll buy you a computer. I mean, every class that I was in, I won an award because I was acing the classes, because I was doing all of my homework, because I really wanted this computer. I think I won a Presidential Academic Award for Most Improved Student. I won keyboard typewriting. That was like, I will say, like, of all the classes that I took in high school, like, that is one of the ones that I hated the most when I started, because I used to be a little pecker. So I went from being plucking to typing like 93 words per minute, which is pretty good. So I got Student of the Year in that class, and my math and science classes, and my English class, and then the Presidential Academic Award, plus I made honor roll. And my mom bought me a Dell 2400 PC that was able to play RuneScape, and it was amazing. And can you guess what happened the next year? Yeah, I failed everything. I just played RuneScape like a whole, like, I went back and calculated how much time I had on there. Pretty sure I had over an entire year of my life logged in playing the game over the last like 10 years. So haven't played in a long time, but man, I used to have some fun on there. And the moral of it is, though, if you think you're dumb, I mean, I had lots of people tell me I was stupid and dumb, and like, I just didn't care about a lot of stuff. And then also, I just never did homework. I did not like homework. My home life was horrible. And for a lot of people out there, they'll find that if you change your environment a little bit and you start applying yourself, you can actually become very successful. I'm not very successful, but I was there a year, and I got a computer to play RuneScape, so. And it shows that if you really want something really bad and you try really hard, you can do it. Okay, so one of the things I need to do is make sure to do this cheaply with this 5/8 axle. I need to make sure that I weld things center. And I was thinking about, you know, what do I have to make sure things are center? I realized if I just make some magnets and stack them, I can literally stick a 5/8 dowel down in the center, and that way I've got a centered dowel for the smaller sprocket. So essentially I'm just going to make a bunch of magnets pieces to stick in there, and I'll put this dowel in the center, put that in there, and then just tack around it, and it should be centered. So 3725. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut all these out. Here are magnetic sheets. Do you like that? Dude, that is slick. That works just fine. That's beautiful, dude. Again, look at that. That's nice, man. Picked this out of the junk pile, 10 bucks. And it also came with a grease gun that works. So I need one of those. Essentially, I got this for free. This is what I'm after right here. That's all I really wanted from this. Yeah, and the grease gun. So even if I can't use it, I needed a grease gun, and I looked at buying one. I think they were like 12 bucks. This one came with grease, so they almost fit perfectly in there. I'm gonna go ahead and just sand a little around the edge.
Dude, it's all warped.
Alright, that ain't gonna work. I got a little too hot with that. I think just running a bead like I did, a little too much for that. No, we got one more shot at this. Alright, this is take 2. Second time around took about 10 seconds because I took a flap disc on the grinder. And that worked really good. It's a bummer that I biffed this one. I don't know what I was thinking. It's the fun part about Amazon is it just feels like Christmas every time you're walking out to get stuff out of the mailbox. It's so nice. Well, the day's finally come when I'm getting close to putting stuff together here. So I see it's not going. Probably need to extend the frame a little bit. I'm gonna run down to the junkyard, see if I can get some thick wall pipe with a 3/8 or 3/4 inch diameter. My favorite time to be here. Saturday and Sunday when nobody's around. It'd be sweet to find a Milwaukee grinder in there. Not a whole lot of fresh junk out here right now. A lot of it's already been mangled by Arthur. That came in and dingbat smushed it all up. Check out what we just found. Look at that. It's 3/4 inner diameter. It'll slip over. It's exactly what we wanted. Oh yeah. You gotta move. You're gonna get showered with sparks. Come on. There we go. Maybe 18 inches is too much. That's what she said. There. It gives me a couple spots to plug weld. Let's do 2 inches. There we go. Extend the frame, baby. Woo! What do you think, baby? Hey! It looks great to me. Hot. Nice book of welds. This is just to get a rough idea. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to drop this down some. I'm hoping I can get away with using that 5/8 rod without it warping or bending too much. It's gonna come back like that. and then this is going to taper off this way. Yeah, we only need 9s. These two are funny. You guys make it awful hard to weld and grind when you're over here being cute. Gotta cut a couple more 5ers and then a couple of 15s. So this is where the dirt meets the pavement, or pavement meets dirt meets the road, pavement meets the road. So one of those synonyms. Metal fabrication, you know, it sets apart a good fabricator. Being able to do maths, calculate things and plan things and, you know, measure things accurately. That's really what sets a good fabricator apart. If someone's able to calculate, plan something in their head, you know, make the right cuts, measure twice, and then put it together and it works the way it's supposed to, that's really what sets a good fabricator apart from somebody who's just playing backyard go-kart build like myself.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Alright, we got some frame. So we're at a point now where I need to mock up my axle and put these pillow block bearings for the actual stems on the snowblower wheels. This part's kind of important because it's got to be lined up right. So I've measured from the front of each side and then gone across. If you're ever getting flustered, best thing you can do is just take a minute and reset your workstation so that you can you know, get stuff situated and be able to work again. Right on the center.
Be sure to keep them round in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
I'm very happy with that. Hit the center line. And I mean, it's hard probably to tell on camera, but it's looking good. Put this right up. All right, let's do another one of those. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Pretty cool. I mean, it ain't super pretty, but I'll be pretty happy if it hammers down, you know what I'm saying? Ying ying! So I just gotta weld along here still. Oop, that's still a little warm. Gotta go ahead and fill these plug welds in. Let's weld it up, and then we'll start packing up, call it a night. We got about 45 minutes to an hour left of sunlight, so. I still need a steering wheel for this, and I think I happen to know where I can get one. It's even got the Made in the USA cover for it. I got a sunburn from welding the other day. I was leaning over it, my shirt was on my arm. Oh, hot. I'm smoking. Picked up 10 feet of roller chain on Amazon. It was like, I don't know, 15 or 20 bucks or something. Yeah, we need a little bit more. Cut this one out. Probably not very many people can take their welder cart upstairs. I'm glad my buddy showed me this pressure washer cart that he was getting rid of. I wanted to put a keyway in here, but the more that I thought about it, the more that I realized it doesn't really matter. I mean, my buddy made a good point. If something breaks, you're gonna have to pull it all apart and mess with it, which is fine because I have the stuff to mess with it. Mint Bob. Dude, right there is like totally underwater. Jesus. Oh, I made it better. Hey, what's up?
Hey, have you tried your Go-Kart yet?
No, why?
Your motor's backwards. You're gonna go backwards really fast. You try it.
Really? I just welded up the axle for every... Pull start's going forward toward the seat.
Yeah, you're gonna go backwards.
Yeah, that makes sense. Dude, no, you're the first person to notice that. Why didn't you call me like 20 minutes earlier? Oh, well. Alright, well, I'll just make it a backwards go-kart.
Alright, figure it out.
Alright, later.
Good luck.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
That sucks. We put our motor on backwards, so this cart's gonna drive backwards. And then also I just welded the tires on backwards, which is great. So we're just gonna flip the axle if we can. That's gonna have to get chopped off, but that looks like it's gonna work. That was a good exercise in humility. I built this thing backwards, not realizing that the rotation of the crankshaft is pretty important to your drive direction, and yeah, I had it going backwards, so that's fun. But not all is lost. You know, it's frustrating for a few minutes there, but we'll just start cutting and welding and doing some work over. Really all I need to do is get this bracket off and put it on this side, and I can flip the axle around, which is also a good thing because I welded the tires on backwards, not paying attention. Yeah, happens. So I'm gonna time lapse this because this is kind of pointless, but start cutting. I got the axle flipped around and welded in there good. He's in. Just go ahead and there we go. If it's rolling that way, that means I'll go forward. Yay! All right, I think that looks good. Nice. Show you guys how I'm doing this. There, suckers. Pinched in there, ain't going nowhere. Yep, that's a brake. Right now, the way the throttle is, it sticks for some reason. I want to say it's just bent, funny, and that's what's going on, but we're gonna go ahead and adjust that. The mosquitoes, like the last week, I swear there was no mosquitoes all summer long. This last couple weeks, they've been out full force around here. These are leftover from doing that lawnmower. And these are going to work. That ain't coming off now. Give her the old cross thread with the blue lock. That is gonna work. Oh, I need a little piece of hose, a little longer piece of hose. I was gonna run to Napa to get a fuel line, but I figured I might as well pop in here, and of course, delivers. Here we go, 1/4 inch fuel line. It's probably about a foot. That's what I need, so. Here it's gonna work. Rah, that works good. Punch it in there. Yeah, buddy. The sucker on the ground and take it for a ride. All right. Oh. Well, we got a go-kart. Right as I let off the gas there on that last little bit, the chain flew off, so. Brother. Well, this guy showed up in the mail. I assumed that was going to be bigger, but it's just a little downspout. That going downward instead of blowing right on me. It's the Honda 18331-ZE3-811. Alright. Spring is just a way to make it so that it's got more pedal throw. So it doesn't seem like you're just ramming on it. go get a seat for it. I can just weld that in there. Then the seat will slide back and forth. Oh, that feels way better, dude. Check this out. I'm up high now. Raise me up like a lot. Oh, I can get off it without... Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere. Alright, let's slide that seat back. I think these two crossbars added a lot of rigidity because it might just because I'm higher up, but it felt like I could feel it flexing a lot more side to side. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop those off that brace and put those back underneath. I got those cross pieces bolted back in where the seat was. Yeah, we'll use this for bumper material. I got some paint, man. Every time it rains, even a little bit, even under cover, all this metal's getting rusty. So let's go ahead and just give it a quick backyard dub job. We got Chicken and Maisie over here inspecting. But she's all dry now. I mean, that's pretty much what you get with a quick Rust-Oleum brush job. Definitely ain't pretty, but I mean, looks better than rusty. But you can reach the pedals?
Yep.
Barely.
I can. I mean, I'm not pushing out as far as I can because of this.
Yeah.
If that was like right here.
Up a little higher?
Yeah. Does it move?
No.
No. It's comfortable.
Ready?
Yep.
Careful there, Shelby. What happened?
I didn't want to go in there, and then you're right, the turning radius.
Yeah, you gotta like go to like spots where you can actually turn.
Yeah, I did the driveway there.
Yeah, then my neighbor's lawn.
Okay.
Did you try the brakes at all?
No. Oh yeah. No, I don't know.
You should try those just so you get a feel for it in case you gotta use them. Alright, let's set you off. Look at this free grade 8 bolt.
Snapping with the chain.
I saw.
You're probably from high-tailing it over your driveway.
Yeah.
Yep. Set it all up.
Completely spun it.
I did. I was going pretty fast.
I wonder how that even happened.
I don't know. It's like kinked. Actually broke it.
Yes.
Oh no.
I think you actually broke it.
Oh no.
Hold on.
I would do that.
just got a new chain, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually mine.
I'll buy you a new chain.
You're
Just tell
fine.
me what to buy.
It's not your fault.
It is my fault.
See how they're bent together like that?
Dude. Okay.
Yeah, but now look.
Oh no. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Well, that was fun.
Aren't you glad I came up?
Nah, this is minor. This is nothing really broke.
Yeah.
We just need a new chain, and I just happen to have bought a bunch, so. Yeah. The chain does weird things now. Like that right there.
Changes direction.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. But you can't buy that.
Nope. All right.
That was fun.
I just so happened to have this show up in the mail today. More chain and a pipe and some fuel line, so it's good timing. You made it? Nice. Oh, close. Change. Like a roller coaster ride. All right, back in business.
Yeah.
Oh, in and out, dude. That was pretty good. Hey, buddy, he was in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Oh, you got a GC 192?
I do.
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
Check out this little mini bike you
I
fabbed
made the
up.
brakes. Look at the brakes.
Good. You do it. Oh, yeah. Nice, dude. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what to do.
Oh, geez, I don't know. I'm gonna get hurt.
Just careful off the line. Once you're rolling, it's safe. My governor and stuff. I'm throttling it the proper way.
Oh.
Yours is
Wide open.
wide open.
Nice.
Pretty even, huh?
Yeah, I think if I was riding that and you were on this,
I think,
you'd probably win.
yeah.
But yeah, you're
Teeth on your axle sprocket.
75.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 35 chain.
Yeah.
Right, it's 35.
Yeah. Not bad though. You're a little faster. You definitely get me on the hills. I think the two of me being, or one of me is two of you makes a difference.
Yeah.
They both go pretty good though.
Yeah, no, I'm nothing to shake f***ing stick at. Excellent.
I can see the axle. Oh, welded together.
Dude, it f***ing works though.
Yeah, I know. Pretty pumped. got back from the junkyard, brought it down there, showed it to a couple of the guys, let them take a rip on it. They were all pretty impressed. This was a pretty fun project. Hope you liked it. If you did like it and you want to support me, please like and subscribe. Yeah, guys, appreciate you watching, and thanks. An English teacher, my junior year, Mrs. Andreasen, I think that was her name. I hated her. There was this paper we had to write at the end of the year, and she was like, Justin, like, you're gonna end up failing unless you do really good on this paper, so you better try really hard. She's like, use a thesaurus, use big words, you know, do your best. So I write this paper and pass it in. Next class, we had a weekend, I come in the next class, the end of class, she says, Justin, I need to talk to you. I'm like, okay. She's like, listen, I know you didn't write this paper. This is not like you at all. And I was like, what? She's like, you're using words in here that I've never even heard you use in class at all. And I was like, you told me to use a thesaurus, you dumb bitch. Of course I'm using other words. Like, so she sits there and grills me for like 10-15 minutes trying to get me to admit that I didn't write a paper that I actually wrote. It was a really good paper, and it was something that I actually cared about, and also I was trying really hard. And after I wrote the first draft, and after I wrote the second draft, I went through the third draft with this horse and spiced it up even more. And she told me it was too good, it was way above my reading and writing comprehension level, and that I did not write it. She gave me a D on the paper. I got a D on it. You know, she basically said, it's too good for you to write, but it's also not a good paper, it's a D. Dumb bitch, dude, what a dumb bitch. Like, she's one of those people who you could just tell she was super liberal, know-it-all, like, oh, dude. Like, if I saw her on the side of the street and there was a puddle next to her, that